just doing your good works. No, no.
But if they make you feel better,
I don't want you. I don't want you. I want you out of here. Out of here.
It's just the way you feel right
Just
now.
If you didn't feel
no. The only way to break down that block that we have is through prayer for that person. You know, you love them as they are, you get close to him or her. And my friend that was rejected by his mother is learning to love little by little, but it's difficult. You know, I wish things were simple in life. You know, we love, the spiritual life in itself is simple, but we're complicated. So the way we deal with each other, the way we treat each other is exactly the way we treat Jesus. And if we keep that in mind, when we see people are hurting, and one young man came to me and he did say, God couldn't love me. And I tried my darndest. I tried in every way to say he does. Now maybe I planted a seed. Maybe I planted a seed. I hope I did. But he just couldn't see it. So I pray for him. I think of him. For Jesus, as Mother Angelica says so often, there's no such thing.
Thanks. Thanks to you, High Eternal Father, fulfiller of holy desires and lover of our salvation. Out of love, you gave us love in the person of your only begotten Son when we were still at war with you. This abyss of your flaming charity lets me ask you for grace and mercy so that I may come to you in sincerity in the light.
Fact. Practicing charity is all that it's cracked up to be. Practicing charity is difficult. Fact. Example. When I lived in Rome, there were Benedictine monks from France, from Germany, from Switzerland, from America, from Italy, all over. Now, some of the monks have the habit of not greeting you in the hallway. Now, think of that for a moment. I'm sure you've experienced it in your own life. You walk by somebody and you say good morning, and this is what you get. Okay, what's your reaction? What's the first reaction? What's the human reaction? Well, if he can't say hello to me, you can be pretty sure I'm not going to say hello to him. So what happens on the human level, skip the spiritual for a moment. Each time you pass that person, you get into a mode and you say, well, I'm not going to say hello to him. There he goes, and he's on his way and I'm on my way. And you get into a rut. Now what I suggest, not me, excuse me, what the Lord suggests, this is what the Lord wants us to do. When you meet somebody like that, you say good morning. And maybe it doesn't work the first time. But somehow inside that person, they're obligated to at least acknowledge you a little. And they may go, morning, morning. Or all that you may get from that person is a nod, a monastic nod, okay? So, you know, this is where we either grow in the spiritual life or we decline in the spiritual life. And I know this sounds silly because, you know, just if they're that dumb and they're that ignorant not to say hello, don't make a big issue out of it. But the issue is they ruin our charity. That we go around thinking that, you know, this person is not right, silly, and very selfish, which may not be true at all. And so our reaction, if we can overcome this situation by realizing that there's a reason why they're like that. We don't know the reason. But gently say hello. Every time you see them, gently say hello. And if the impossible happens that they don't change, we don't change either. We just give them a nod. And they won't forget that. It's pretty hard when you're in a bad mood, and we're all in a bad mood at times. If you're not in a bad mood, you're not normal. If you're always running around happy, I mean, you're psychologically unbalanced. You know, life is bumpy. There are days when it's very hard to function. Well, if we look at the other person as our spiritual brother, our spiritual sister, like, look upon them, wish them well. Even if they don't say hello, wish them well, and just give them a little nod. That's like a real growth in the spiritual life. What's the fruit of this, as our Lord said? We remain in love. We remain in charity. Jesus often tells Catherine, when you lose your peace of soul, you lose me. Don't lose Jesus today.
I shall contemplate myself in you, and I shall clothe myself in your eternal will.